edition. My name is Mrs. Emily Hinman, and I am your instructor for this course. I live in Hungary, so I'm GMT +2. If you're staying in Tbilisi, Georgia, I'm 2 hours behind you in time. If you're going someplace else, then you'll kind of have to look at the time zone and see where you are. I don't know if anybody told you yet, but I worked in Georgia from 2004 to 2008. The school building that you're in, I was there the whole time it was being constructed. My husband was the director who was in charge. Maybe there's still a road. We had it, somebody put up our name on the road on the way to school after we left. I have very, very fond memories of Georgia. I really liked my time there. And so I'll actually show you a funny picture here shortly. This is the course page. You have, when you first go to QVS, when you go to this learn.qvs.qsi.org, it takes you to what's called the dashboard. Sometimes I call this the course page. Sometimes I call this Moodle. Moodle is the platform where all of the, like the organizational of this page. So you'll have an IOL. You won't have psychology. You won't have AP psychology. These are other classes I teach. So you'll click on the course and it'll bring you to this page. This video will be right here at the beginning, for the hope that you watch this video as just a way of helping you with some key points through doing lessons and how the page is organized. You can click on the syllabus. Any of these, like where you see these little links, I just have these linked to either websites or I use Google Docs or Microsoft One links for many documents. So you can click on them and they take you there. This course is, normally a 35-week course during the school year. Normally I have these little tabs set up by week so you know what to do each week. But what I did for you is I organized them by unit. So you know this is what I need to do for Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4. I put in as of, the starting date of this upcoming Monday, but that doesn't mean that you're going to necessarily have to do all of this in this week because I can't gauge what other stuff you have going on. If I estimate that you're going to have to spend 3 or 4 hours a day working on it if you're working on it for the entire time, and then maybe a little bit more time if you're going to not start until June. So you'll kind of get an idea of where you go. I'm not here to badger and hound you on how you do the work. This is a choice, right? So you wanted to do this course this summer. You're going to have to work really hard to get it done. If you finish 5 units, then you've done these 5 units for QSI, and you can look in the fall about starting with Unit 6. Okay, so there's not an absolute I have to be done or something bad's going to happen to me. So let's get kind of into how the units are set up. When I click on a tab, there's always a document that says Unit Planner. This has your TSWs, your grading rubric. You're going to see I also give that to you in more than one place, so I make sure that you see it. I'm going to let you do this course introduction lesson. I'm going to do an overview starting with this first lesson here. These little presents, sometimes I call these SCORM packages, SCORM. It stands for something technical, doesn't really matter. What it allows me to do is put everything together in one place. There's a couple problems that sometimes happen with these, so I want to make sure if you have this problem, you know what to do. If I click on this, it's going to bring me to first an overview. It tells you how many points you need to use. It asks you to fill in the essay responses. All right, and then when you click enter, mine brought me to another tab. So here's where I was when I clicked enter. It tells me it's in a pop-up window. My computer puts it in another tab. Maybe your computer puts it in another window, and you might need to go back here to see it. So sometimes it's hidden behind there, sometimes not. Sometimes your computer doesn't allow pop-ups. Usually there's a little lock on your web browser someplace where you can make sure it says allow pop-ups. If it doesn't, click on Site Settings and you can change it to allow pop-ups. All right, so now I'm in the lesson. You can see these tell me what you're going to do. I can put videos in there. Next page. All right, I put in your unit, the grading rubric and your TSWs, so on. So you're going to go through each page. Here's an overview of what you're going to learn. Most of this is in your Advanced Math 1 class or Algebra 2, and a lot of this is review. So Um, there's video again. Every function is a relation, but not every relation is a function. That is true. But let's say I thought it was false, right? And it shows me no, I didn't get the point. On these true false, on all the questions on lessons, not on quizzes, but on lessons, you can always fix it. Get the points as you go through. All right. If I want this something, maybe if you don't know this, put it in your notebook. If I use Khan Academy, you can click right on the Khan Academy link. Some students think I'm asking them to do everything on Khan Academy from that link. I'm not asking you to do everything. I'm only putting you to this word problem, okay? If I wanted you to watch more than one video, then I'll put in links to more than one video. So I was only directing you to watch that video here. Okay, so if there's Khan Academy, you can follow the link. All right, again, try to say I got the wrong answer. Okay, let's say I can try again. All right, yes, I got the answer. Good. Now, I want to warn you something here on gaining points. If you get, like, let's say sorry, I have to get back here. You closed your computer or your internet went out. You're gonna get this error message. The SCORM player has determined that your internet connection is unreliable or has been interrupted. If you continue to use the SCORM activity, your progress may not be saved. You should exit the activity now and return when you have a dependable internet connection. And you can X this out. This is what's really kind of hard for people, is they can exit out of that error message. And then when they answer the next question, this score goes up. And so like, yeah, it's okay, I don't have to worry about it. But not true, okay? Because this score that you see will not be what is recorded on the course page, and your next lesson won't unlock. So if you get that message, right? If I get this message and says, it's my internet went out, what do I need to do? I need to close this out, all right, and I need to reopen it. And this means, yes, I'm gonna have to re-enter those answers. So I can't change this. I know it's annoying. So what can you do about it? One, try to do the whole lesson at one time without turning your computer off. Don't start it right before lunch. When you open a lesson, finish it. Two, keep a notebook where you're writing in, number one, you're writing in important notes if you need to. But number two, if I solve something, most of this lesson is on vocabulary, so most of what I'm doing here is solving, but if I write this answer down in my notebook, when I answer it, then I'm gonna know, I'm putting it also in here with some notes. So I know this is the answer and it's in my notebook. I can look back really quickly and I can re-enter my answers. So I'm gonna go through, like we said, I skipped ahead a little bit. I'm checking answers. Obviously, look, I can just not know anything and get the right answer. All right, maybe. There we go, I got it. I got the point. So, do you want to just guess? No, you don't want to just guess. And you obviously can get the right point, but if you don't know something, here's what you need to do. You need to take a screenshot of what you're working on. Okay, so I'm using a map, that's arrow command 4. I take a screenshot of what I'm working on. All right, I'm on Introduction Unit 1, Introduction to Unit 1. What page was I working on? I was working on page 6. So I go to my teams. I go to, I don't really want to send this to anybody, but you're going to put my name here, right? You're going to have me here, and all you have to do is, I'm just getting this stuff out of my way. All you got to do is drag that over. I am working on Unit 1, Introduction, page 6. I do not understand. And then you took that screenshot and you put it right there. And you just hit send. And it'll come to me and I'll know to help you with that. And I'll know where it's at. So I'll know exactly what you were working on. Obviously, I don't want to send that to one of my other students. And you can see, just while I'm here, that this is my chat back and forth with this student. Okay, so she was working on a problem. She showed me what she tried. She was actually working on a quiz question. She showed me what she tried, and then I wrote out how to do it. And actually, she came back and said, I don't really understand. Can you explain? and then I went into a further explanation. And sometimes I even make videos. So back and forth in teams, you send me what you don't know, and I'm able to help you with it. All right, back to where we were. We were in the lesson. So you go through the whole lesson, you're writing down notes, you're writing down your answers, you get to the last page. Okay, so you answer the question. So I want to learn about ... All right, and I click finish. That was an essay answer. All right, now there's two things you got to do. You put your name. I'm Emily. I put in my name. I click email. Okay, it says your score has been sent. And you can click go back, and it brings you right back. So you heard the ding. That just came to my email right away. Here's another student's work today. So this student, Sophia, she's working on Advanced Math 7-3. She got 5 points. I see how long she worked on it. And this is all the stuff that she typed in. So I'm able to read what she did, and I'm able to, if I need to, I can go right over to that chat box again, and I can help her with something if I see something that she doesn't have correct, right? I can only ask so many true, false, multiple choice questions and really understand your learning and your thinking. So this really helps me. So how did I get that? She clicked her name, and she clicked email, and it went to me. That's step 1. Step 2 to finish a lesson is click finish. Okay, and you get this. It says session completed. I can say okay. All right, and then I can arrow out of that or X out of that. Now, I did not earn those 14 points. So this next lesson is not open. Okay, I have to earn the points, and then the next lesson opens up. So you'll know whether you earn the points when you see the next lesson. Okay, so these things come through here. Sometimes I give optional if you need more practice. I'm going to tell you about IXL in a second. I want to tell you a little bit on the quiz first. On a quiz, the one big difference between the lessons and the quizzes is this. When I enter the quiz, sorry, it's taking a moment to load. When I enter the quiz, and I hope I get this answer wrong, and I answer it, and I didn't get it right, and then I try to get it right again, it says this question may be answered only once. Okay, so quizzes, you can only do them once. What I suggest you do if you miss this one, answer the other questions, and then you can see if you only make one mistake, then you probably can just, oh, okay, no big deal. If you make a bunch of mistakes, then you could do the quiz all over again. You can open that back up and you can try it again. So that's the things that are marked quizzes. All right, let's talk about this thing called IXL. IXL is a website. I will give you the password and username for this. You always want to make sure that you're logged in. You can see I am, right? I'm logged in. This is me. You want to make sure you're on learning, because sometimes it takes you to diagnostics or analytics, and that's not where you want to be. You want to make sure you're on learning. You want to make sure that you're on pre-calculus, because that's the course. So when I'm on pre-calculus, you can see I want you to work on A, 11, 12, 13, right? And let's see, I usually don't ask you to do everything. I said work on for 45 minutes, working on the skills that you need to work on. So let's say I go over here to A13, right? And you can see this is cool because if I get it wrong, okay, it gives me an explanation, and I didn't get any more points. I got it. All right. Is f of x the inverse of g of x? All right, I got it. I got some points. All right, if you get to 70, you probably got it down. You probably don't need to go any higher. If you answer 5 questions right and you think you got it, you're fine. You don't need to do any more. Okay, when you're done practicing, what I need you to do is send me screenshots. All right, so you can, if you go back to this learning page, when you work on skills, so not this page, when you go to your pre-calc page, when you're on your pre-calc page, you will have a number here. There'll be this domain and range, and it'll say a number. If you did that skill, identify function, say a number. You can just take a screenshot of those numbers. Sorry, I can just take a screenshot and show that I have those skills done. and then you'll be able to drag, you'll have a submit button. You won't have a grade button, but you'll have a submit the assignment, and you can drag and drop that screenshot, and then I can see that you've done that. And when you do that, your next assignment will unlock. So there's this IXL, this concept map is going to open. I need to fix that little part right there. The concept map is going to open, and you'll be able to do that. So now the next question is, what's the concept map? All right, so these are just how you put together all of this information. And it's really important that you do, just take your time on these, because these count. These are going to be put together in your Unit 10 portfolio. All right, the only thing I don't want to see is just screenshots from the internet or textbook. All right, I want you to show me how these ideas are organized in your mind. There's actually a lot of research that shows that there's a huge correlation between concept maps. Sorry, I'm trying to find concept maps. So here's one of your class or former student made. Won't let me make it bigger. But this is how they organized all the function information. All right, so of this first unit. So that's your concept map, and then there's a practice test and a unit assessment. Sometimes I give an A, sometimes there's necessary to give an A-level assessment, sometimes not. Sometimes there's a project that's part of B-level mastery, sometimes the project's for A-level mastery. And I try to be very clear of what you need to do. So I need to fix this very quickly while I'm here so I don't forget. And if you see a mistake, I'm a human being. Okay, so I do make mistakes. I try to fix them very quickly. Just tell me, hey, Mrs. Simon, I don't think this is right. And I never get upset about somebody helping me make it better. Right? My course page gets better, and some of the answers get better as I go. So I hope that is one other thing that's very useful on this page. I almost forgot. You see these three little stripies over here. If you click on that, you can get to your grades. All right, and there's nobody in this course, so there's no grades for me to show you. But on yours, you will just have your grades, and it'll have your name, and it'll have everything on the lesson, so you can always go through and check and see right where you're at. So I hope this has been a useful introduction to the course, and just let me know if you're confused on anything.